identified 43-year-old Jamila Robinson and are now urging authorities to intervene, citing ongoing mental health and drug addiction struggles. And veteran filmmaker Bill Duke will direct an estate-approved biopic on comedy legend Red Fox. The film, titled Seeing Red, will explore Fox's groundbreaking career and legacy. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Watch us on Facebook Live. Then hear us on WBOK1230.com.
Yo, turn it up. It's Gerod on the air, spitting truth in the booth. We ain't going nowhere. New Orleans City got us hard in the beat, but corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. But corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. From the French Quarter vibes to the Ninth Ward grind, he's the voice of the people, yo, he's one of a kind. Talking about the struggle, the hustle, the pain, but with each word he drops, he's bringing power to the game. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Try to silence the truth, but he's loud and clear. From the bayou to the block, everyone can hear. Got the people united, it's a movement, no doubt. With his mic in hand, he's breaking all the clout. City eat the official scheming, yeah, they playing it slick. But Gerard's on the line and he's ready to kick. For the schools and the streets, he's fighting the fight. With a heart full of passion, he's igniting the night. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. From the jazz in the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerard on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. In the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerard on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, tune in out, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerard on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, let the truth resonate. With Gerard on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it loud, let's uplift this place.
Yo, 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 yo.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo. That's my line for the day. That's my line for the day. Yo, 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 yo.
I know why you're saying yo, yo, yo.
Why?
Don't get up and start spinning your cane and all that.
Huh?
He's not a capper. He's just playing one on the radio.
Yo, 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 yo.
I told him about that yesterday.
You don't know he's a kappa.
He is not a kappa.
What is he? He's not an alpha.
He's not Greek.
Neither. Where did you get that from?
Hold up. Long time ago, you said your line brothers. You were talking about that you were a Kappa.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
You are delusional.
No, you're Trump delusional.
You're trying to tell me what I said a long time ago.
Yeah, this was a few years ago that you were a Kappa.
Have you ever heard me say that before?
I have not heard you say
Okay.
that,
Mhm.
but apparently Wick heard you say that.
No, Wick
but
is
he
delusional.
No, you're
not
delusional.
a Kappa. Let me be very clear.
Okay,
You
we
got that
your
Trump
very clear
Trump
too, then.
paranoia thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
You got that Trump paranoia thing happening.
No, not at all. You just delusional again.
You
That's all. Well, hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to Thursday, the day before Good Friday, and everybody is like, "Are we off tomorrow too?" But if you are off tomorrow, do you know the meaning of Good Friday?
You know what? I need to check to see if we are off because I haven't heard anything. But normally, then we have Good Friday off.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta check and see because nothing has been said.
You might want to just take off. Just take off.
That means you're gonna take off.
I'm gonna take off. Both of us taking off.
Yeah.
My office is closed because it is a holiday. My office is closed on Good Friday.
Let me make a text right now.
Yeah, you need to check that one out.
Mhm.
But most everybody takes off for Good Friday. But we are celebrating still. I got to say, I got a telephone call on the way over here from a couple of folks. You know who I got to thank? I still call him Sarge, but he was with NOPD for a long period of time. He retired. He came to our party, and I got to thank Hickman, Sergeant Hickman, who came to the party, had a good time. Appreciate you, brother, always. I want to thank you, Robert Hickman, the man. Me and Robert been friends for a long time, and I really appreciate you coming through. Whether it's politics, whether it's just regular stuff happening in the city, we usually talk about it all the time. But Robert Hickman is a good dude, and I appreciate you for coming through and hanging out with us on last week.
I'd like to thank Kimberly DeLosa for the lovely gifts that she dropped off at the studio for us.
Yes.
Very much so appreciated.
And so I tell you, it's still happening.
Absolutely. We're celebrating the birthday month. It is Aries season.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, are we ready to get into what the
We
show is going to
still
be?
got to thank, though. We still got to thank Barry and Miss Miller. Even though we did it, I got to thank them more. And then Barry told me, he said, you need to come back over here. You left some stuff. I was like, no. He said, yeah, you got gifts over here. So we got to go back over there for that. And then I'm probably going to, I wonder how his Easter brunch. So I'm going to text him and see, can he talk about how their Easter brunch is going to happen on Sunday. So if there are any availabilities, we need to be able to know so we can put it out there for them. But let's get into the show.
Okay. So what we heard from Trump last night was not leadership. It was not clarity. It was not a plan. It was a lot of words covering up the fact that this war still has clearly no defined endpoint.
Nope.
No credible public explanation of the imminent threat that supposedly justified it, and no honest roadmap of how America gets out of it. Reuters and the AP both reported that in his April 1 address, President Trump claimed progress in the war against Iran, but did not give any real benchmarks of what that progress was, and did not give a firm timeline for ending it, and offered few concrete details about an exit strategy. And that is why people in America have a right to be worried. Under the Constitution, Congress holds the power to declare war, but the president did not go to Congress to declare this war. And while the president's unilateral use of force without congressional authorization remains heavily contested legally and constitutionally, we're still in a war in Iran.
So let's start from the beginning, because we just jumped in and said, just in case you didn't hear. For those of you that are wondering where this is coming from, there was a address that came from the White House on national television on all the channels yesterday. Last night at 8 o'clock?
At 8 o'clock.
With the president, your president, Trump, getting in and making a speech. And that's what Suzette's talking about. and getting into it.
And the speech was a whole lot of nothing. He was talking and saying nothing. The War Powers Framework also requires notice to Congress and generally limits unauthorized hostilities to 60 days absent congressional approval. But he made a point last night to say all these other wars we were in went on for years, which kind of led people to believe that he plans on being in Iran for years. What makes this even more disturbing is that lawmakers themselves have said the administration still has not shown a clear, imminent threat to the United States. Also, the briefings that the senators are coming out of, they're blowing the whistle all over Instagram, all over social media, saying that the briefings are nothing but troubling.
Bunch of lies.
A bunch of lies. They can't even, trust what he's saying in these briefings, and the briefings are causing them concerned. This country cannot afford another war built on fear, vagueness, and executive overreach. If they cannot clearly explain why we are in it, they have no business asking the American people to pay for it in blood, money, and instability.
Let me ask you a question. Did you see it?
I did see it.
Did you see how many words he mispronounced?
He sounded like a 4-year-old child on a rant.
He mispronounced so many words in his speech. It made me go back to a question that I would have for the Republicans just as well as the Democrats. Where are you all with I guess, your judgment of how he speaks and what he says compared to what they did to Joe Biden? And I wonder, is that becoming an issue? Because he's what? How old is Trump now? 79, 80 years old?
80.
It's not just the age for me. It's very clear in his speech pattern that he is not there. The light is not on. And for them to allow him to spur a war in this condition that he is in, which clearly is impaired, is really reckless. It's truly reckless. His entire administration is falling apart.
And now we're talking about getting rid of Pam Bondi got fired today.
Pam Bondi got fired. Apparently, she was begging for her job with Trump. Trump definitively removed or rejected her. And people are speculating that he was removing her because it is confirmed that there was an April 14th date for congressional testimony by Bondi tied to the Epstein files. There's a bipartisan subpoena that has already been issued to her. And reports are that he removed her by thinking that if he removed her from that position, she would not have to testify. Well, guess what, Mr. Trump?
She still has to.
She still has to testify. So now you've angered a person who has a lot of secrets. There are growing reports that Bondi may be facing that congressional scrutiny tied to the handling of sensitive investigative materials, including matters connected to the Epstein files, and lawmakers are reportedly preparing to demand answers before the Oversight Committee. A subpoena from Congress does not care whether you still hold office. If a subpoena has been issued, she must either show up, tell the truth, or assert a lawful privilege. But what she cannot do is disappear. And if there are allegations, serious allegations, that information was mishandled, leaked, or used improperly in connection with an ongoing investigation, then the American people do deserve answers. Not spin, not silence, not political protection. Answers. So that is supposedly the reason why he attempted to remove her. Now, we're also hearing that he's attempting to remove Kristi Noem, and he's also attempting to remove the woman who is
she's the White House reporter.
The little blonde spokesperson. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now.
The little girl is the White House press secretary.
I don't pay attention to her because
but he's trying to remove her too. Carolyn Levitt.
I
That's her
lose my
name.
religion.
He's saying that she probably won't come back from maternity leave, but what they're really saying is that she's out. So it's going to be very interesting to see who he replaces these 3 women with. There's some outrage from Republican women on social media basically saying, why is he just targeting the women in this administration? But we should know the answer to that. He's a misogynist.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a misogynist. He's still going to be a misogynist when they're gone. So there's a lot going on over there in the White House.
I've never really heard the White House make so many changes of their staff right in the middle of a term.
Oh, he did it the last time.
This is the second time
This is
that
the
he's
second
done
time.
it. Right.
He said to clean house. He hires these people who are unqualified for these positions. And then when things are unfavorable to him, as a matter of fact, what he looks at is his approval rating.
Mhm.
If his approval rating takes a dip, he does not take responsibility for that. He blames the people who are around him and thinks if he cleans them out, then his approval rating will go up.
Yeah, well, it ain't going to go up
No.
because he's replacing women with unqualified men.
He does it all the time. There's another issue that I think we need to discuss with regard to Trump before we get into what's happening locally. There have been reports that Donald Trump signed or is proposing executive action aimed at tightening rules around mail-in voting nationwide. What he's really trying to do is get a list from every Secretary of State of the registered voters who should be allowed to vote. And then he wants to be able to control the mail-in ballots. This is another way of trying to steal an election.
Yep.
Let's be very clear about it. This is trying to restrict voters. It's trying to purge the voter rolls, and it's trying to steal an election by controlling mail-in ballots.
And I think folks have gotten to the point now where they just don't even trust anything that this administration is doing, especially when it comes down to voting. Knowing that you heard for yourself and making sure that the audio was authentic. And that was when he said, hey, all I need is 7,911 votes to the register of voters down in Georgia. And if he does that to him, what could he do to make sure that he has the voting numbers that he needs? And can he run again?
He also told Christian conservatives, if you vote for me this time, you will never have to
run
vote again.
Right.
Very clearly, this man is up to something. He wants to stay in office forever. He is a self-proclaimed king, and he is going to do any and everything he can to stay in office. He also called the U.S. Supreme Court justices stupid on social media. Stupid for trying to show independence. I thought that was an interesting combination of words. But he was not very happy with the way the birthright citizenship argument went before the court. He allegedly stormed out after his attorney was grilled by Supreme Court Justice Ketanji. So he didn't like what she had to say to him, and he left.
Well, I can tell you, listening to some of those arguments, especially when one of the justices told him that, you know what, this seems really quirky. That pissed him off. And then listening to his, what was that, the solicitor? I mean, he sounded like Robert Kennedy.
He sounded like white privilege, white male privilege, who comes to the courthouse completely unprepared, just thinking that he has the favor with the justices, so he does not have to prepare. He was not prepared to answer any questions. Even Amy Coney Barrett asked him, where is the text? Where is the support for what you're trying to argue?
Right.
Do you have any cases supporting what you're trying to argue? And he could come up with nothing. It was an embarrassment to lawyers everywhere, the way he handled that argument before the highest court in the land. And Trump thought that his presence would intimidate those justices, and it did not. And it was very clear that he thought that the judges he placed there were supposed to rule with him no matter what.
Right.
And when they were asking questions that were asserting independence, he became very angry and left.
I guess he didn't think that he was going to get that type of grilling because of the fact that, he put most of those judges in place.
He thought the fix was in. He thought the fix was in. I think his lawyer thought the fix was in, and that's why he was not prepared. And I think Trump thought the fix was in, and that's why he was there.
But how do you tell America that you are the highest court in the land and you're going to make sure that changes happen with birthright citizenship, and you agree to do it? Now, here's the deal. I can almost guarantee you that there will be a couple of those judges that agree with Trump.
Oh, it's not going to be a unanimous decision in favor of birthright citizenship. But you know what? You don't have to agree with the courts, but in a democracy, you have to respect them.
I just think that he's going to have a split vote, and maybe one or two that say,
Well, there was so much happening yesterday on the national level. I just felt we needed to just touch upon it before we went into our own problems here locally.
and to Senator Gary Carter.
Oh, shouting out to Gary Carter.
Woo, woo.
You handled your business, sir.
Senator Gary Carter. You the man, bruh.
You handled your business. Senator Gary Carter jumped so deep into Jay Morris yesterday.
Let's talk
and
about
Jay
it when we come back. When we
looked
come
like
back.
a babbling idiot.
We'll tell you more about it in just a minute. We got to take our break. So don't go nowhere. As a matter of fact, you need to tell somebody because we also have some of the video and audio, some of the audio for you so you can play it. All right. More coming up, folks. Everybody hold tight.
Hey, this is Dave Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 a.m. every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
The National World War II Museum. Located in the Warehouse District of New Orleans, the National World War II Museum tells the story of America's experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. Visit them online at www.nationalww2museum.org for time tickets and safety information.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Hello. We're back. Today is Thursday. Pre-Good Friday, we're going to call it. This is WBOK 1230 AM and 107.1 FM. I am Suzette Bagneris, and I'm here with Gerod Stevens. We were just talking about what happened yesterday in the Louisiana State Legislature. If you did not see it, you need to go catch it on Gary Chambers' Instagram if you follow him. He showed a smackdown that Gary Carter Jr. gave to Jay Morris. It was about the multiple bills moving through Baton Rouge, Senate Bill 197, 217, and 256 that would reduce the number of judges here only in Orleans Parish. Now, on paper, they're going to tell us it's about efficiency. They're going to tell us it's about streamlining the courts. But let's take a look at the impact. Orleans Parish is a majority black jurisdiction with one of the most complex caseloads in the state, as was explained very well by Chief Judge Juana Lombard of the Orleans Parish Criminal District Court. She explained the number of violent crimes that they handle over there on that bench and a number of rape cases and sexual assault cases they handle on that bench. They also drove home the need for a mental health court over in criminal court in Orleans Parish. I thought the judges did a fabulous job making the case for why Orleans Parish courts are different from all the other courts in the state. I thought that Judge Kern Reese did an excellent job explaining why Orleans Parish Civil District Court is different from the rest of the civil district courts in the state of Louisiana. We are just different. We handle more volume. We handle more serious cases here in Orleans Parish. And the truth of the matter is, we are the majority black judicial district. And that's why they are targeting us. Make no mistake about it. As Gary Carter Jr. started questioning Jay Morris, he asked him, did you speak to any judges in Orleans Parish Civil District Court before you proposed this legislation? He said, absolutely not. He said, did you speak to any of the criminal court judges before you proposed this legislation? His response, absolutely not. Did you speak to anyone who is a fiscal advisor in Orleans Parish before you started talking about the cost and the inefficiency of having these courts? Absolutely not. Turns out, Jay Morris didn't talk to anybody. He must have only spoken with Governor Landry because he didn't talk to anybody in Orleans Parish before he attempted to meddle in Orleans Parish business. Another person who went up there to the legislature to address Jay Morris and to address the state legislators was Calvin Duncan. Calvin Duncan, a man who was wrongfully convicted, spent decades fighting for justice, and has now risen to the position of being the clerk of criminal court, talked about the fact that he will be sworn in May and potentially, as a result of these bills, removed in August. Let that sit in. Sworn in May and potentially removed in August. So we have to ask, why now? Why these courts? Why these clerks? Why these judges? Why the attack on our DA? Because when legislatures targets a specific jurisdiction and is not equally applied, and the practical effect is to dilute representation in a majority black city, we're going to call it what it looks like. It's racism, Jay Morris. It is racism. Plain and simple. If you reduce judicial seats in a majority black parish while leaving other districts intact, that impact is not neutral, even if you make it look like the language is. But I don't even think he made it look like the language was neutral. It was definitely targeted all at Orleans Parish. And you look like a fool, Jay Morris.
Reading the book.
Because you did not speak to anyone in this parish. You did not speak to anyone these judges serve, and you didn't speak to anybody on the bench before you proposed this legislation.
But here go the question, though. Do they care?
They don't care because they have an agenda.
And he didn't care. And the reason why he didn't care was because he doesn't have to. And he made it very clear that he does not have to.
Not only that, he was extremely disrespectful.
Yep.
In the way he came before Gary Carter Jr.
Reading a magazine.
Right. While he was answering questions or not answering questions.
Right. And told him, I don't have to answer you.
Right. He was also very disrespectful to a black legislator from Shreveport. Clearly, he showed everyone who he was that was watching these congressional hearings. So I really hope everybody paid attention, and I really hope the black constituents in your district, Jay Morris, give you the hell you deserve.
Yep.
I really hope they do, because you showed yourself to be nothing but a racist yesterday.
Nothing but. And it ain't over. And I think that everybody that got a chance, and we're going to try to play it. We're trying to bring it up now. But anybody that brought it up and saw it for themselves, I hope that you are contacting somebody in the legislature, your own legislator, to let them know that you are not telling them to vote for this. The Democrats, led by a white senator on yesterday, also made a complaint about what happened and how it is racist.
I think I may have found it.
Okay.
I'm going to start playing it. If it's not it, just tell me and I will stop it.
We can't hear you.
I said, I think I have found it. So when I start playing it, let me know if that's it.
Go ahead.
Senator Morris. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members. Senate Bill 256 is one which consolidates.
Not it.
The civil.
Okay.
No.
That's him trying to explain it. But Gary was asking him very specific questions. And
Gary Carter went in for the jugular.
He did. He handled it very artfully, like an artful litigator. Mm-hmm. He took it step by step, question by question, and boxed him into a position, an indefensible position that showed what this was really about. That it had nothing to do with a problem in Orleans Parish, because he was not aware of a problem. He didn't do any homework whatsoever.
Or talk to anybody.
And the report that he said he relied upon, Gary Chambers pointed out, it was unsigned.
Right.
It was not an official report.
Right. Not only was it not an official report, had no validity to it whatsoever to make somebody say, oh, here are the professionals that have given us I guess, any information on why this should be done. Nothing.
No. He came wholly unprepared to defend his position. And I guess he's just also going to lean on the white privilege sword and hope that all of his colleagues in the state legislature vote for it, even though it is completely unsupported by any evidence whatsoever.
So, folks, 504-582-9422. Are you having conversations about this, and are you making the telephone calls? Because you need to be. You need to be looking at these issues and making sure that you're aware of what these folks in other parishes are doing.
You'll be able to pull it up that way, Gerard.
Okay.
It's really sad. 3 racist bills passed out of committee, all targeting Orleans Parish. They will collectively cut judgeships across the Orleans Parish judiciary. It's a power grab that's supported by the Republican supermajority and the governor. And it's an outrageous move that will only bring harm to the state. I'm asking anyone and everyone in our listening audience to call your representatives and any elected officials to let them know that they need to vote no. They need to vote no with regard to this. Even NOLA.com is showing that this bill is not good for the citizens of New Orleans and was done without our input, without our approval. I mean, how are you going to enact laws that target Orleans Parish without doing any homework in Orleans Parish to talk to anyone who would be impacted by this legislation? It is simply a power grab. And you could tell he was nothing but a puppet when he sat up there yesterday.
But again, got to bring up the fact. We real quiet over there in the CBD area right beside Poydras Street.
Because she tried to do the same thing in 2013. And once again, this is the only news outlet, the only station that called her on it. And truth be told, nobody was talking about these bills until you and I started talking about them on this radio station.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really sad that there's silence on something this important that's going to impact all of the constituents, all of the citizens of the city of New Orleans. Very sad.
And how do we make sure that everybody's involved? Do we need to send buses? Do we need to have everybody and their mama make a telephone call? Are you waiting for something to drop? Because once this drops and they voted in, then it's going to take a long time for it to be appealed, repealed, or whatever. Because I can tell you that sometimes I think we need to get ahead of it before it becomes a bill. Before it becomes law.
I also want to say that this, our legal profession and our judiciary is already very much so regulated. We have tons of rules, right? So we already have a judicial ethics commission that holds judges accountable for anything that they might do that would be wrong, right? So this Senate Bill 123 asking voters to approve a constitutional amendment to give legislators the right to remove a judge for incompetency is really overkill, because we already have a situation on the books like that. We already have a way to discipline a judge who is not behaving in a competent manner. So this is really overkill. They're doing the most, or I should say Jay Morris is trying to do the most.
But it looks like somebody did come forward and say that there was a conversation on Instagram.
Oh, she's finally having a conversation on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
What is she saying, since she's the one who authored a similar bill in 2013? And when did she post it? When we're talking about she, we mean Helena Moreno. We've just received some kind of text message showing us that she's on Instagram and she's talking about the bills. No, she is actually addressing our show and the fact that she's trying to distinguish her 2013 legislation from the 2026 legislation. Can they hear that?
In juvenile court.
Can you hear that?
From 6 to 4. And then myself, a member of the New Orleans delegation at that time, as a state representative, carried that bill. Once again, there was a lot of data supporting this, a lot of study, a lot of media reports around this, investigative reports around this about the need to reduce the number of judgeships due to the number of cases there. Now, my bill ended up failing due to the fact that some believed that there actually needed to be additional study. And so another year went by, additional study occurred, and then in 2014, that legislation ultimately passed, and there was a reduction of 2 judges just for juvenile court. Once again, an effort led by the mayor of New Orleans, myself, a member of the New Orleans delegation, initially authored the bill and voted for the second bill due to the amount of study and data around this. Fast forward to what's happening now. The mayor of New Orleans is not leading this effort. We do not have any member of the New Orleans delegation who is authoring any of the bills. It also is not a reflection of very specific study. In fact, the president of the Metropolitan Crime Commission is also saying, hey, let's slow down, let's study this a little bit more. And he said, quote, "You cannot just look at and compare the numbers of judges in one jurisdiction with another jurisdiction. You have to look at the types of cases that each of those judges are handling, because different cases require different amounts of time." And that came from MCC President Raphael Goeneche during a media interview. And I'll say this, remember, back in 2013 and 2014, we really were only dealing with juvenile court due to, as I mentioned before, a lot of careful study around reduction in judgeships there. What's happening now is no real study, no real specific, information, recent data to go with here, and it's impacting many different courts just in New Orleans. The courts that would be impacted are Criminal District Court, Civil District Court, Juvenile Court, Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, Municipal and Traffic Court, and also impacting the Civil District Court clerk and the Criminal District Court clerk. So all of this happening, all of this effort just for the New Orleans court system. So that's why I really wanted to make sure that people understood the distinction and the difference between what was happening in 2013 to what is happening now, and then ask yourself this question.
I didn't hear
is
it.
what's happening now, is that really fact and data-based, or is it merely political? All right, y'all. I hope you have a really great Thursday and a great long Easter weekend. Have a good one.
You just talked and said a whole lot of nothing. Helena. So what she tried to say, if you could not hear the audio, is that the difference between what she did, what she proposed in 2013 to reduce the number of juvenile judges, and what's happening now, proposed by a legislator from northern Louisiana to reduce the number of judges, is different. That's what she's trying to argue. And here's the difference. She said then Mayor Mitch Landrieu, although she did not call his name, she just said the mayor,
she called his name,
proposed the legislation, and she, as a state representative, authored the legislation and submitted it, and that her legislation was not approved in 2013. Why? Because she lacked data to support the need to reduce the judges at the time. Then she tried to say that what's happening now is completely different. And here is how it's different. It's not just targeting the juvenile judges, it's targeting all of the judges. And how else is it different? There's no data to support it. Well, what I heard, Helena, is that you had no data in 2013 and they have no data in 2016, and you tried to remove judges from juvenile court and they're trying to remove judges from every bench we have. It's a distinction without a difference.
Oh, Lord.
You're trying to CYA.
Oh,
You're
Lord.
trying to CYA.
And,
All right,
and
Okay,
see,
I get it.
Take
see,
the
she
break.
looks right at me when she's talking, and I feel like I'm getting scolded.
And they'll be like, you did it. You did it all by your damn self.
I get that you needed to address it. I get it was a lot when we said it on the air the other day and you were listening.
Suzette,
and I
he's
get
giving me-
that
he's
you're trying
pointing
to
at me,
address
Suzette.
it on your Instagram. I would try to address it too if I were in your position and looking this bad.
Suzette,
All right.
time out.
You can go ahead on.
You're going to go to break. Go to break. And don't you do nothing else while we're going to break, yeah? More coming up, y'all.
Attention, WBOK listeners. Are you a fan of the station and want to show your support in style? Well, we've got some exciting news for you. Introducing the official WBOK merchandise, the perfect way to wear your love for the station. Whether you're a longtime listener or a new fan, we've got something for everyone. Head to WBOK1230.com now and grab your WBOK gear before it's gone. When you buy WBOK merch, you're not just getting quality items, you're supporting the station you love.
Yo, family, today we've got something new for you.
We're talking about Play Ode, our digital entertainment, your ultimate spot for streaming the hottest R&B, soul, and hip-hop, curated for fans who live and breathe the culture.
Think about this, all your favorite tracks in one place, playlists, podcasts, exclusive drops, and the classics that build the culture.
And it's more than music. Play Ode connects you to the legends, the classics, and the new voices shaping today's sound.
So fam, what are you waiting on?
Download Play Ode today. Our music, our culture, our vibes. It's everything you love, anytime you want it.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
I'm Wendell Pierce. Thanks for making WBOK your station. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Did you meet with any judges in New Orleans before drafting this bill?
No.
What elected officials did you meet for Orleans Parish with this?
None.
I know you didn't meet with me as a senator. Did you meet with me as a practitioner to consider the effect on the courts?
I already know your position, Senator Carter. I didn't need to meet with you.
Then talk to me.
I don't have to. I don't have to meet. I don't understand this line of questioning.
You made this decision without talking to any judges in New Orleans. Should we be concerned about that, Senator Morris? You said that one of the goals.
No, because the bill is awesome.
You said that one of the, in your opinion, there's no reference over here of a process to reduce the number of judges that's referenced in this report. I just read it. Do you recall reading it in there where it said, if so, point me to where it says this is about reducing judgeships?
I think it's ridiculous that there's a separate civil and criminal clerk. And I think it's ridiculous that there's a separate criminal and district court where the rest of the state seems to do actually better under their systems.
What I find incredible, Senator, is that you said at the table.
That's what I find incredible.
I find incredible is that you sat at the table and you said that the report recommends reducing the number of judges. And then I read the report and it doesn't say that.
That's not that report. It's this report.
The report without any signature, without any letterhead, without any information whatsoever. I find that incredible when you say the expert report recommends something, then we read the report and that's not what's recommended. Let me move on. If we reduce the number of judges, how does that impact our...
All right, there you have it. That is the grilling that Jay Morris got under Gary Carter.
Gary Carter Jr. did an excellent job. He handled his questioning of Jay Morris like a skilled litigator. He took him question by question and boxed him into a corner, which produced the result that Jay Morris's legislation is based on junk science, no valid report. The report he cited to did not contain the statement for which he cited to it. He didn't talk to not one judge in Orleans Parish, not one clerk in Orleans Parish, not one physical administrator that's over the parish clerk's office or the judges. It's complete junk science. He got exposed as a puppet yesterday, a complete puppet for Jeff Landry, and that's it. Great job. But I want to go back to this Instagram post.
Which one?
The one your mayor just put out.
Mm-hmm.
Where your mayor is trying to explain the difference between her bill proposed in 2013, where she tried to reduce the number of juvenile judges, to the current bills that we now face that are trying to reduce the number of judges
in each court,
in every court in Orleans Parish.
Mm-hmm.
You set the flame, and now it's burning a little bit bigger. You started this conversation about reducing the judges. You lit the kindle, and now it's a bigger flame. And now you want to say you had nothing to do with it? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That dog does not hunt. You're the one who proposed the legislation initially with the help of Mitch Landrieu. Your bill did not pass because they thought you needed more research. And now we're facing the same thing in Baton Rouge. But the question is, and the thing you did not address in your long Instagram post, is what, if anything, are you doing right now to protect the judiciary here in Orleans Parish, to protect the clerks here in Orleans Parish, to protect the district attorney here in Orleans Parish, and to protect the citizens here in Orleans Parish? I listened to your entire social media post, and I didn't hear you say anything about what you are doing to protect us at this critical juncture in New Orleans' history. I didn't hear not one thing you said you were doing. All I heard you trying to do was distance yourself from the fire you started.
All right, let's take some calls. Say it. Your phone's going out.
Sorry, I'm driving.
Yeah, call me back when you get in a better place, because right now we can't hear you at all.
All right, man.
All right, there you go. So that is kind of like very peculiar.
Did you hear anything?
No, she did not say, I'm going up to Baton Rouge like I saw the rest of the judges go. Even Calvin went up there to have a conversation with the senators. Why isn't the person that's supposed to be the head of this city going up there to say, hey, look, our judiciary is fine. Please leave it alone. This does not affect you. This affects us. We're getting our crime numbers down. Jay Morris, your crime numbers seem to be very much so, because you are now classified as in the top 5 in the country per capita in violent crimes. So our crime is going down while yours is going up. And did you introduce any bills that's going to affect the parishes that you're the senator for? Because all we hear you is you're trying to get airtime to say that this is a great bill and be disrespectful to a black Democrat. We can even take the black or the Democrat out, but to be disrespectful to the person that's asking you the questions to get some legitimate answers from why you filed this bill.
And let's be clear. Your mayor is on social media right now trying to distance herself from the fire she started because we exposed her 2013 legislation on the air here on WBOK, and she felt a need to address it.
Yep, here we go again. Said, you're in a better place?
Yeah, is this better?
Yeah.
All right. Counselor, you stole a little thunder that I have. This is why it's important, WBOK family, to use your platform, because a couple of people shared the information from
You went back out again.
issue now. That's why it's an issue. Now, what caught my attention with this state representative in Monroe was this: when Representative, called, right?
Said you went out again, brother. We're gonna have to find you another place to be in.
Got you, man. Got you.
I hear you say, got you. Go ahead. Yeah, he went back out. He went back out. Yeah, he gotta find another place. So what do you say? What do you do? And then
I would like to know, what are they going to do? Okay? They haven't voted yet. So I would like our mayor to articulate a plan of action. What is she going to do? Is she going to go to Baton Rouge? Is she going to testify? Is she going to submit a comment card at the very least?
And I'd like to know, if you go back, and I'm trying to do the research on this now, when you supported reducing the juvenile court judges, what data did you have to support you? Would you still know what that data is? I know it's been a minute, but I'd like to know, what data are you talking about you had to support you? And if you can't figure it out, as much as I'm hearing that Mitch Landrieu is in City Hall in your office, maybe you want to ask him. Maybe both of you all can make a joint statement about why you thought that was a good idea. And maybe that's the information that they're going on. Because if that's the information that we're going on, when he was in office, it's something that I really don't think that's going to float my boat, and I know it's not floating Suzette's boat, and that is, times have changed. No matter how you look at it, we are talking about, 8 to 16 years ago of change. There's no way in the world that you could be able to use either one of these situations to say that it's okay to go back on that old data. Data changes every year, from the number of people that live here to the demographics of the people that live here to what has changed with the criminality of this city and everything that you could possibly think of. And I can tell you, many folks, if you listen around and listen, that data information is an excuse. That is an excuse. And we usually use it when we're trying to get something and they don't want to give it to us.
Well, I just find it very interesting that your position in 2013 and your position in 2026 appear to be diametrically opposed to one another. You thought it was a good idea to reduce judgeships in 2013, but now you're saying that the data doesn't support reducing it in 2026. What changed? Is it that now you're on the hot seat because now you have been exposed for starting this fire? But I really need to know, what are you doing to stop this? Are you doing anything whatsoever to stop this?
Well, the information just comes in as...
It just comes in as we sit here. I just love it. I just love it.
As we sit here, the information...
You know, I tell you what, we need to play Blow the Whistle again, because the whistle is constantly getting blown in here. Speaking of blowing the whistle...
Somebody said blow the whistle?
I tell you what, look, speaking of blowing the whistle, we get documents hot off the press all the time. Yeah. I hear that we are quite the topic over at NOPD.
Yeah.
I hear that...
some arguments is happening.
That the superintendent is just not very happy with the Cockerham lawsuit, and she's having arguments with some of the top brass about it. It's very interesting.
All right, we'll take a break here. We'll come back with more in just a minute, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Avery Wood with BIN News Now. Chicago's first chief homelessness officer is stepping down after 2 years on the job. Black Mayor Brandon Johnson says Cindy Soto completed the city's 5-year homelessness plan early.
My administration never made a commitment to an amount of time, and what we're excited about is that she obviously was able to do it in less than 3 years.
Black Deputy Mayor Jonah Anderson is taking over the role. New data from Atlanta shows stark gaps in health, income, and opportunity across city neighborhoods. Black Mayor Andre Dickens says the findings highlight long-standing inequities and is pushing tax-funded development tools to help address them. And John Legend is parting ways with longtime manager Ty Sticklorius and her firm, Friends at Work. Sticklorius says she's passing management duties to Rock Nation's Jay Brown, though Legend does not yet confirm the move. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Hot off the press. We are back. We are back.
No, we back.
Blow the whistle. They're blowing the whistle. They're bringing us hot docs. Hot docs. Hot off the press. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Hot docs.
I'm up in here with the Playboy Bunny. It's the Playboy Bunny up in here of the law.
Now you know I gotta cut it before they cut us.
I cite most cases in federal court. Blow the whistle.
So, bro, you ain't gonna believe this.
I gotta cut it before Facebook cut us.
Yeah, they gonna cut us
Let
off.
me tell you.
You're not gonna believe this.
So I can't wait.
This right here?
I can't wait to get into this Cockerham suit with the city defending that suit because hot off the press.
You ain't gonna believe this.
In Daniel Gentry versus Calvin Thompson et al., civil action number 25-1260, United States District Court, Eastern District of Louisiana. This is what the judge had to say about the city attorney. Are you ready?
The city attorney.
It appears to the court that the defendant's memorandum in support of defendant's Rule 12b-6 motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim and based on qualified immunity includes hallucinated case citations.
What?
Hello.
Hallucinated case citations.
I'm hallucinating right now.
It is hereby ordered that the attorneys for the defendants
Hold on, let me talk
who
to the wall.
signed the certified the motion and accompanying memorandum, Jalen R. Harris, James M. Rockamore, Corwin St. Raymond, and city attorney Charlene Gibson shall appear before Judge Carl J. Barbier in his courtroom, 500 Poydras Street, room C268, on Thursday, March 19th at 9:30 a.m. to show cause why they should not be sanctioned for failure to comply with the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11B2 by signing and filing a written motion without verifying the accuracy of the citations contained in the supporting memoranda, signed by Judge Carl Barbier. It appears, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, you ain't finished.
Then we have the order and reasons.
You ain't finished.
It appears, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to deal with this Cockerham thing.
right.
If this is what I'm going to deal with. You ready?
So you ready?
On
Yeah, please.
June 18th, 2025, plaintiff Daniel Gentry brought claims against the city of New Orleans, then Mayor LaToya Cantrell, the New Orleans Police Department, and individual NOPD officers, herein called the city defendants, for violations of his civil and constitutional rights and for tortious conduct. In January of 2026, the city defendants filed a motion along with a supporting memoranda to dismiss Mr. Gentry's claims pursuant to Rule 12b-6 and based on qualified immunity. When reviewing the motion, the court realized that 9 of the case citations defendants provided in the supporting brief
Listen to this.
did not exist as cited and were likely hallucinated by artificial intelligence, AI.
Hold on, let me make something up. Let's make something up.
So hallucinations.
And court case and revised statute number 124936.
Blow the whistle versus Too Short.
Blow the whistle versus Too Short.
So hallucinating. I mean,
See what had happened was
they're smoking the weeds with the rats.
They was smoking weed, but while they were saying blow the whistle, I said blow the whistle, blow the whistle, and seeing the rat was like, they're smoking the weeds. Wait a minute.
In the 1976 case of 50 Cent versus T.I.
But the
Did
rats.
somebody say blow the whistle?
The rats are all getting high. They're
so competent over there.
They're
so
high.
competent over there
They're all
at the
high.
NOPD in the city attorney's office.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I'm going to cite cases that don't exist. I'm going to cite cases that don't exist.
Wait a minute. The rats. They're all high. They're all high.
So on March 5th, the court issued an order to the defendants to show cause why defense counsel should not be sanctioned under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11.
So understand something. I need you to break this down like I'm two. Are you telling me like I'm two?
They made an AI brief and didn't check the cases,
On
and
9
9 of
cases.
them did not exist.
And those cases did not exist.
Did not exist.
And that's part of their
brief.
9 cases.
And they got caught.
And AI did it.
Yes. They needed to take, the city attorneys have taken full responsibility for the improper use of AI
And we were
that
smoking.
led to the hallucinated case citations.
Is hallucinated a term? Is
you
that
know
is
what?
that a legal word?
And it
Hallucinate?
apparently is now. So not only are the rats high,
they are.
The computers are high.
Wait a minute, hold on. We might as well go together.
The rats are high and the computers are high at the city.
The rats are all high.
So on March 19th, the attorneys for the
High.
city who signed the motion, Jalen Harris, James Rocamore, Corwin St. Raymond, and Charlene Gibson, appeared before the court.
Nobody checked this?
Nobody checked it.
How did they find out that they were?
The court caught it.
Wow.
The court caught it.
They produced 9 cases, citing them as part of their discovery.
As part of their brief that they filed in federal court.
And they filed it.
And they filed it
So ain't
with
that
Judge
like
Barbier.
ain't that like submitting false information?
Yes, it is.
All right.
It violates the requirement of good faith pleading is what it violates.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the city attorneys.
This is the city attorney and several assistant city attorneys. So the bottom line, the conclusion, it is hereby ordered.
Was this to prosecute somebody?
This was to get a case dismissed. They wanted to get somebody's case dismissed. So they filed a motion to dismiss somebody's case. And in the brief that they submitted to the court to get someone's case dismissed, they cited 9 cases that did not exist. They were caught by Judge Barbier's clerk, more likely than not. And Judge Barbier's clerk and the judge issued an order for them to appear and explain why. And they admitted that they used AI and that they did not check these cases.
We sorry, Judge. We sorry. See,
Jalen Harris was personally sanctioned $250. James Rocamore was sanctioned $1,000.
They were riding high.
We was all getting high.
The rats are high. The lawyers' briefs are high.
Hold on, and they didn't include me. I wanted to stroke a toke. I had to stroke a toke. I'ma sit back.
Why y'all pulling me into this?
Ain't nobody holding you by the head.
It's not even 420.
Oh, it's straight down the Bad
It's
Bunny
not
rabbit
moving.
hole. We straight down the Bad Bunny rabbit hole. That's my birthday too, 420.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they could be thinking, but let's get some of these calls. Galloway!
Well, I'm not high. I ain't got nothing to do with that. No, I'm not high.
You might be the only one not high.
No, I'm not. I'm good and sober. No, man, that's what you get for playing with AI. I done told them people that stuff is dangerous. I do not use AI in ChatGPT or none of that stuff in my work. That is crazy. But do you expect anything different from those type of people? I don't. But today, y'all mayor, when she got on there doing her Shaggy impression, it wasn't me. Sweetheart, we know you watched that video of yourself from 2013 that went viral today of you standing up there trying to explain how you was going to reduce those judges for the juvenile court. You didn't have doubt in 13. You don't have doubt in 2026. There's another video of her trying to say that the media does this stuff or the study. My question is, who did the study that you're talking about when you stood up there in 2013? Nobody can tell me the name of this company or who did y'all hire to do this study. You're lying, Helena. You down there in Little Disney's trying to save face right now, trying to eat some gumbo. You got caught. Why don't you come out and just tell people that you are a conservative or you're a blue dog Democrat? Stop using that thing that you're a liberal and you're for the people in the city of New Orleans. One point that y'all did not mention in that video, or that tape, I should say, whatever y'all was watching, when they asked her, they asked that man, did he talk to the outgoing administration or the new administration? He paused. And it was that pause, when he gave that pause, I said he talked to one of them. He said they were going to remain neutral. Who was he talking about? That was Helena. Guess who's down there today in New Orleans? John Bell Edwards. Guess who he's going to see? Helena. These folks think we are crazy. We see y'all. Y'all doing this in broad daylight. Your issue is you got your little millions listening to this radio station, and when stuff goes viral, you try to jump into it. You are not who you say you are when you smile in front of that camera. I don't see you changing from 2013 to 2026 at all. And if you only thing you changed was you got more money to give people $38,000. Troy Carter, Ron LaFontaine. I'm gonna keep calling y'all names because y'all need to hear it. Them of those Negro preachers. I need some of that $38,000 y'all got because this is getting out of hand. That vote is gonna pass. And y'all said it best. What is your plan to combat this? You are the mayor of the city. Why are you not in Baton Rouge? You know why? Because you want to sit around and play Easter games all weekend. When they meet back in session, if she is not there, explaining to whoever why this is not needed, this woman is part of the plan. I told y'all before, when she went up there to speak to Donald Trump, and everybody say, oh, Trump lied on her, she ain't say nothing, now it makes you wonder, what did her and Trump really talk about? Y'all have a good day. I'm not
Galloway.
She's exposed now. She's just exposed. And instead of getting in her car and driving up to Baton Rouge.
You ain't got to drive. You got to drive her.
Right. And trying to testify, say something, protect us. She takes her time to sit down and make a cute little Instagram video explaining.
But is that a good idea for her to go and testify for this? Against this reduction, but yet you, as a legislator, already introduced years ago where you did approve or did want the reduction.
She is in a fiduciary position where she is supposed to protect us. Mm-hmm. She is supposed to look out for us. She needs to get herself up there to Baton Rouge and tell them I was wrong in 2013 and I'm wrong and it's wrong now. It's wrong.
And most of the folks,
137 cases were tried in criminal court last year. Mm-hmm. Okay, 137 jury trials, double Jefferson and double St. Tammany. All right, our courts are different. Orleans is structured differently from the other parishes in the state because we have to be. We handle more complex cases. They're not handling a hotel collapse anywhere else in this state. Mm-hmm. They didn't handle all that Katrina levee break litigation and all the Katrina claims in any other court but here. They don't do the same type of cases we handle here everywhere else.
Right.
Okay? They just don't.
Yeah. Let's say Donald. Donald? Did we miss him? We missed him. All right, Donna, call us back.
I am seeing a trend, G, that we do stories, and then the next day,
Somebody else pick him up.
WWL, DSU does the stories, and then we get either a call saying we hurt somebody's feelings, please don't do the story no more, or we get a Instagram video explaining it, trying to explain it. Are you seeing the trend?
Absolutely. That's been. That ain't just start. That's been. Ronnie.
Yo, Gerard. Man, I don't usually, be calling in like this, but man, WBOK is so important to this community, man, because you all are the only station really delving into the things that are important, to the black diaspora. And but my question is, Gerard, what a majority black city doing with a white woman as the police chief and a white woman as the mayor? That's what I want you all to ponder.
That is a great question.
Who supported?
And it's because black politicians are endorsing them, and then black citizens are following the endorsements of black politicians without looking at the candidates and doing the research themselves.
I mean, it's crazy. That's all I wanted to say, you people. Thanks for taking my call.
I hate Roddy. Thank you, Brian.
Was that a good enough answer? You're laughing at me.
You said, okay. I was like, okay.
He asked, so I gave him the answer.
I know. I don't need to say nothing, huh?
What you think it is? You disagree?
Me no speak no English. But I'm telling you, this is how I don't know why folks are acting, and I'm not saying this about Ronnie. Like this is new. It's been this way. Now, don't get me wrong. I love to see an African American man or woman be at the head, but I always think too that one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful person in the city is usually the police chief. I'm not trying to say that this person needs to be a $341,000 person that's going to make that type of money. I would say that person would be making that type of money if they were in a bigger market. I say the same thing about some of these other positions, bigger markets. New Orleans is a medium-sized market that we treat in some positions like it is a New York or L.A. with the pay that these folks are getting. We can't afford trash pickup because we're thinking that's supposed to be millions and millions and millions of dollars like we are a multi-major city in America. But let me go ahead on and throw something else out here for you so that y'all will know that we do know what we're talking about. There has already been contracts that have been written so that Sidney Torres will get an increase in the trash that he will be picking up. And I'm talking about money increase. There has already been this legislation, this part of these contracts have already been written. Even though that we've had the legislator, the folks that's looking at it, the auditor, looking at it and saying, hey, we can't afford to do trash this way. We got to figure out what we can do. Let's do a house count, da-da-da-da. Okay. I would like that house count to be done the same way that you all did the house count for Jimmy Woods and Alvin Richards. You all got the OIG involved, sent a whole crew of folks with the OIG's officers following all the trucks when they went out at 4 o'clock in the morning, seeing what they picked up and what they didn't pick up. Do them the same way and give me the house count. Don't tell me this is the part of town that we're supposed to be picking up here. We don't pick up here. We don't pick up here. No. Somebody picking up something. And why would the city want to pay $24 million for pickup of trash when you're already telling me we paying top dollar? You told me, because you sat here in the chair and told me that you needed these types of trucks. We had all this new equipment. Well, we said, okay, let's pay for it. But I hear folks always say we still need to have 2 times a week pickup. You're charging me out of the yin yang for one-time pickup, and now you're telling me I need to pay for it again? But you're making a new contract for the vendor that you have now while they're in litigation in court. That don't make sense.
I'm going to say this. I'm sick of the political ping pong over the trash contract. We have a bidding system for a reason. You're supposed to bid the job with your best and final offer, your best bid for the job.
And lowest.
And lowest bid for the job. And the lowest bid that makes sense is supposed to win.
Yep.
What we have going on here in the city of New Orleans is political favor based on campaign contributions.
Yep.
And depending upon who the mayor is and who gave the most money, that's who's getting the contract.
Yep.
That is not the way that is supposed to be. If you have the lowest bid, the best bid, experience doing it, the wherewithal to do the job, you should get the job, irrespective of how much money you gave to somebody's political campaign.
Yep.
Now, I thought, you know, every time they run for mayor, they talk about transparency and honesty and, you know, all of that stuff. It appears to just be rhetoric because we continue to be in a position where New Orleans is up for sale to the highest donor.
And we all high. We high.
Because we got high.
Because we got high.
Because we got high.
You need some? You need some? I got you, bro, later.
The rats are high.
The rats are high.
And the briefs are hallucinating.
You driving today?
I am not. The briefs are hallucinating. I am driving.
Don't worry about it. I got you a little something. Take the edge off.
You can't even have a serious conversation here with these people.
I
was about to say something else. I said people.
Take the edge off.
Yes, indeed.
I got you. Your first hit is free.
Oh, my God.
Come back the second time.
The rats are high and the briefs are high.
More coming up, folks. Everybody hold
tight. They got high. Because they got high.
Why do I come here and try to do a serious show? Why do I do
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com. Now that we're in the second year of President Donald Trump's second term, our team of analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence is taking stock of how some of the administration's pushback against DEI is changing the business landscape. I spoke with Bloomberg Intelligence senior ESG analyst Rob Duboff, whose research shows that the way corporations talk about their boardrooms has seen a big shift.
Companies, when they nominate directors, they used to say, here's our 12 director nominees, X% are women, X% are people of color. Now, they just say, we look for directors with a background of a diversity of viewpoints in their background. They're not really getting into what diversity is. It's kind of become this more vague term of just, people who have differences of opinion.
This change in approach could be a company's way of maintaining its core values related to diversity while not drawing the ire of the White House. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
It's off the top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
A majority of us, as indicated by numerous polling results, oppose the war in Iran. We watch in astonishment, along with the rest of the world, as our erratic president unleashes chaos by his ill-advised decision to join the Israeli prime minister in a questionable attack on Iran. This appears to be a classic case of the tail wagging the dog. Since when in the hell did an American president subjugate its decision to go to war to a foreign government? Though President Trump refutes any suggestion that he was talked into the attack by Israel's prime minister. But here we are, a month into a war with no definitive explanation as to why and no damn exit strategy to get out. Mr. Trump can't seem to make up his mind. First he said it was because Iran was just weeks away from producing a nuclear bomb. Intelligence experts say there is no evidence that Iran was capable of a nuclear attack or that they presented a threat to the United States. Plus, Trump had already bragged about knocking out Iran's nuclear capability with a bombing raid earlier this year, an obvious example of Trump contradicting himself, which should surprise absolutely no one. Trump also talked about going to war to force a regime change in Iran. The Iranian regime, folks, is still intact. What we have now is a chaotic mess created by the president of chaos, resulting in worldwide economic disaster and a war-torn Middle East. Even worse, the cost to human life. An American bomb exploded on an Iranian middle school, killing over 100 children. The Iranians have been fighting back. 13 American soldiers have been killed and scores have been injured. Incredibly, in the midst of all the chaos and tragedy, Trump just went on TV in a nationwide broadcast telling us he's winning big. Well, he's definitely winning big if that means alienating our NATO allies, the majority of whom oppose the war. He's really winning big if he means closing the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran has done in retaliation, inflicting global economic instability. If this is winning, Mr. President, I shudder to think what losing looks like. It's past time for the spineless Republican majority Congress to enforce the War Powers Act and take the keys away from a delusional grandpa who wants to be king of the world. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Real issues, real talk, real solutions. Miss an episode of The Reality Check? You can catch every episode anytime. Search WBOK Media on your favorite podcast app to tap the bold commentary, real-time reactions, and powerful perspectives from the people and leaders shaping our city. Download, share, and rate it 5 stars because the real ones always stay informed.
Well, saints of God, this is Pastor David Impartan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 1230 a.m. See you on Saturday.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
One person gonna ruin my whole life? I worked for this all my life. One person could do that much harm.
Well, today we heard passionate testimony from Calvin Duncan at the state capitol. He could lose his job just months after being sworn in as the clerk of criminal court in Orleans Parish if multiple bills aiming to consolidate Orleans Parish courts become law. So one of them advanced out of a committee today and now heads to the full Senate. Senate Bill 217. It focuses on reducing the number of civil district court judges from 14 to 12. Another would slash the number of Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal judges from 12 to 8. And House Bill 911 would completely remake the city's judicial system by merging civil and criminal courts and establishing only one clerk of court for the parish. The authors of these bills all say there are too many judges in Orleans Parish, but senators opposing it question their motives.
I'm seeing a senator from Northeast Louisiana that has reached over into Orleans Parish and want to suggest to the people of Orleans Parish that they have elected too many judges.
I think taxpayers want to have an adequate number of judges, but no more than what is needed.
So as this bill continues to move through the legislature, the future of Orleans Parish's court system remains uncertain.
Yeah, there you go. So that's courtesy of WWO. Appreciate them
the voice
for letting us use their audio.
The first voice you heard was Calvin Duncan, just in case you didn't know who you were listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And what he is pointing to is the fact that he will be sworn in May, and if this passes, he will be out in August.
December.
No, August. They said August.
And he's saying it's in the it is in the legislation that's written up is that they bring this up now, and if it passes, it'll be put in place, I think, in August, but he will be holding office until December 31st, and then the beginning of next year, he's out. And that's why you heard him say one person can do that much damage. One person that's introducing this. Now, it's no... And I hope that everybody can agree with me on this. Don't make me the bad guy here. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That this administration that is in office now does not want Calvin Duncan to be in office. It is known that they don't want Calvin Duncan to be in office.
They endorsed Darren Lombard.
And remember when there was all these different questions about Lombard's television commercials saying that Calvin Duncan had not been found not guilty.
But even Darren Lombard took to his Facebook this week to say that these bills are wrong, that voters spoke, voters elected Calvin Duncan, and only the voters would be able to remove Calvin Duncan.
Right.
I have to commend Darren Lombard for speaking up in that way.
Yeah.
He's
talking about his opponent.
I want to know why we're not hearing from Jason Williams. I don't see Jason Williams going to Baton Rouge either, and his job is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't realize that bill saying you can remove a DA for morals or incompetence is about him, then he's naive.
Mm-hmm.
And he should be also calling Helena Moreno, who he endorsed, to take a stand in Baton Rouge.
I don't think that if there is not some type of malfeasance in office, that any governor or any other elected higher up should be able to remove anyone that's an elected official that is put in place by the voters of the state.
That bill is weaponization based on politics. Okay? It's giving the governor the unfettered right to remove anyone from office that he views as a political adversary. That's what that bill is. And it's a very dangerous bill. But I really don't hear these people who supported Helena Moreno demanding that she stand up for the citizens of New Orleans. Public Service Commissioner Devontae Lewis, Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams, former Biden advisor and U.S. Congressman Cedric Richmond. Where are you? Why aren't you demanding that Helena stand up for us? Clerk of Court for First City Court, Donna Glapion. State legislators Jimmy Harris and Amy Adado Freeman. School board member Carlos Zervignon. Clerk of Second City Court, Lisa Ray Diggs. Barbara Major, Desiree Chauvenet, Amanda Berger, Juan LaFonta. Why aren't you demanding that this mayor that you endorsed take action to protect the judges, the clerks, the DA, and the citizens of New Orleans in Baton Rouge?
Is our court system just that bad? I mean, you work every day in the court system.
I work every day in our court system, and what I see are hard-working judges. I'm going to tell you, I think Judge Medley down there in Silver District Court tries more cases than anybody. If you have never watched Ellen Hazor try a case, you need to go watch her try a case. She is an excellent jurist. The judges down there go to great lengths to get it right. They don't always maybe rule the way you'd like to see, but they really try hard to get it right. And some of those judges are so compassionate, and they really do care about the people who come in front of them. And the way that they administer justice down there, I mean, they really do try hard. That's what I see. And I'm in court a lot. Almost every Friday.
You're in court.
I'm in court.
Yep.
And so I'm seeing these judges in action. I just think that our Orleans Parish judiciary works very hard. And to have somebody in northern Louisiana challenge them, I'm taking this very, very seriously. Because justice delayed is justice denied. It already takes, people keep asking me, what's happening with the Kennedy case? What's happening with the Kennedy case? Our Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal was so overburdened, it took 6 months to get a hearing date. Okay, then we got the hearing date. But then it took them only 30 days to get the ruling out. I mean, they worked that hard. So I don't know what he's looking at. I don't know what data he's looking at.
I ain't not looking at no data.
But they work extremely hard, and this is a slap in the face.
This is not data-driven. That's why you see no presentation of data. This is political from the utmost. This is political because I want it this way, and they pissed me off down there one time by voting against me. I'm going to get them back.
I tell you what, Judge Shepard over in Silver District Court, she put an end to 30 years of litigation in that landfill case. It would have still been dragging on, but for Judge Shepard being bold enough to rule on the motions of summary judgment in front of her. I mean, these judges in Orleans Parish are doing, Goliath-like work. And for somebody in North Louisiana to poke their nose in our affairs is a slap in the face. And there's too many people being silent right now. You call yourselves leaders, then lead.
I wonder what that is. I wonder why all of them being silent. You're going to be in a position where most of you should be in the first place, somewhere in court. And that position that you're going to be in may delay your trial or somebody that you know trial. Everybody knows somebody that has to go through the court system at some point. And how would you like to have to go through all those delays through somebody that may not be a specialist in criminal court or civil court or juvenile court because of the fact they are going to combine those courtrooms. So I'm just saying, this is not because it's a good thing for Orleans Parish. This is going on because this is political. Shouldn't have that many judges.
Where is the pushback?
None.
Where is the plan?
None.
Where is the defense of New Orleans?
So I do want to bring up something else, too, that seems to be bringing up its ugly head here, and that's about one of the judges. But is that about one of the judges because he did something wrong, or is that judge going through a political moment right now and they're trying to, how would you say it, smear his name?
Are you talking about Judge James?
Yes.
Let me tell you, I know Judge Elroy James personally. I had the privilege of working with him very closely for the last 8 years as he served as the president of the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club.
Did an excellent job.
He did an excellent job as president at Zulu. And, unfortunately, as a president, as the board, one of the things you're called upon to do is administer discipline to membership when membership does something wrong.
Mm-hmm. But that's the job.
And that's the job. And Judge James presides over those disciplinary proceedings, and he presides over the club's meetings. And he was not on an island alone administering discipline. He administered the discipline that the membership approved and the board ratified.
Mm-hmm.
With respect to 2 members who were expelled from the organization for misappropriation of funds and other matters. Well, now those people have become opportunists and have decided to smear Judge Elroy James's name by alleging that he engaged in wrongdoing as the president of Zulu with regard to funds and resources. And they're doing this because there's a judicial election going on. And not only are they taking this too far, a matter that should be just within the social club, they are also trying to affect him with the Judicial Ethics Board and things like that. Sometimes politics goes way too far.
Yep.
And this is one of those instances. All I can tell you is I know this man personally. I have worked with him personally. I have seen the good works that he has done for the community, for Zulu, and for the court. I think he would be an excellent civil district court judge. It would be an honor to practice in front of him. And I just think it's wrong to do this to such a good man.
Yes, I agree. And then you have those that know they did wrong.
They know they did wrong.
That want to pull him down.
Expelled them. Let's be clear.
Right.
The membership expelled them. And the membership has had 2 constitutional conventions where they have upheld a provision in their constitution saying once a member is expelled, we do not want them back.
Yep.
They've had 2 chances to change that if they wanted to.
And they didn't.
And they're a private organization, and they have the right to govern their own business. And if they have decided that someone is not worthy of their membership, so be it.
So one of the things I have a problem with, and I know this is going to be a little bit, probably a little disdain there from some of the members of Zulu, but I need to say it. If you all would act the same way in accordance to the real laws, to the real organizations, to the real lives of people here, like y'all guard Zulu, we probably would be a whole lot further into how we live our lives. But there's some folks, and I ain't gonna call no names, I think that we all can imagine, that are acting like a social aid and pleasure club is almost the real king and the real queen of this whole city. It's not. Why are we even going to court about something like this? Don't need to be in court. If you do wrong, you do wrong. Take your lick and let's move on. But Elroy James is a real sitting judge.
A real person.
That got a lot of stuff correct when he took this office and had to answer for it because it was his turn at the seat, at the helm, and he did. He didn't hesitate. He didn't stutter. He told the people in press conferences and all of this is what we're going to do, and he did it.
Under his leadership, Zulu ended up purchasing tons of floats, before they were just renting them. And, he started treating it like a real business.
A real business.
And they made great strides. And he was a great spokesperson on behalf of the organization and represented it well. And, that's just my personal feeling about that. And just, I can vouch for the character of that man.
Yeah, me too. There we go. We got to take a break, y'all. Last 15 minutes coming up. Get your calls in now. 504-582-9422.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris.
We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
That was President Trump in a national address to Americans on the war in Iran. Almost 5 weeks into this war, he vowed to complete the military operation, promising to bring them back to the Stone Ages and pledging 2 to 3 more weeks of extreme hard strikes. He claimed core military objectives are nearing completion and that Iran's Navy and Air Force have been destroyed. But his speech that was meant to rally support and calm the markets had the opposite effect. Oil prices spiked more than 6% during the speech, with crude rising around $100 a barrel. Global stocks fell as investors doubted the promised 2 to 3 weeks timeline. Overnight, Iran's state media vowed crushing and destructive retaliatory strikes, and this morning launched strikes targeting Israel and Gulf states. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Trying to grow your business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7th, 2026, The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
From the East Bank to the West Bank, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. A few minutes here before we get out. Make sure you get your calls in now, 504-582-9422. All right, Kevin.
Hey, Gerard, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just look. I'm saying the same thing that I say all the time. I don't really deviate much from the theme right here. Racism, white supremacy has made all of us insane, including black folks. Okay, look, we got to quit being hypocritical. We keep saying we wonder why people not speaking up. Look, if we don't accept the fact that we have monsters in control of the means of power here, okay? And when I say monsters, I mean the worst in horror movies. Okay, look at how we're killing people. Nobody's saying nothing about it. In wars and stuff like that. We're decimating whole civilizations, and no one's saying anything about that dynamic of what we're doing. We're talking about going away, and not to mention what's happening to black folk, what has been happening to us the last 400 years. Now, the bottom line is this: the reason why you don't hear all those people not standing up, because they are victims of that monstrosity. Okay, and we don't have no support. And I say we. What I'm saying is, and I say from the PhD to the no degree, from the poorest poor to the richest rich in the black community, do not support any type of structure where we supporting each other. So how we can't trust each other. So that's why we don't step up. And we all supposed to know that. And we all do it from our jobs at the lowest level all the way up to the highest level. And that's why we keep seeing this stuff repeated hundreds of years and generation after generation.
Okay.
Because everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die.
All right. Cool, Kevin. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
All right. Terry.
Hello.
What's happening?
Oh, man, a whole lot. Look, what parish is this individual from up north who made that deal?
Are you talking about Jay Norris?
He represents several districts in northern Louisiana. We'll pull them up and we'll tell you which ones they are. But it's about
okay, well,
six
I don't
cities.
really need to know. What he need to do is worry about his own parishes and stay out all these business, first of all.
Well, that's what we've been saying for the last couple of days. But Jay Morris represents Monroe, Ouachita Parish, a couple of other parishes as well. But he's in a parish or in a situation of more than one parish. But West Monroe has like the highest crime rate for a small per capita for a small community in the top 5 of America.
He represents Grant Parish, Jackson Parish, Lincoln Parish, Ouachita, Rapides, and Wynn. Notice I did not say Orleans.
Wherever that nonsense is at. Okay, let me explain something to you. New Orleans is a cash cow for the state of Louisiana. They provide more money than any parish in the state of Louisiana. They're hating because we have black representation.
Yep.
But the black people and food it don't make no difference to vote because it don't make a difference until it affects them. I try my best to get people to go out and vote, and I don't have time. But they have time to go to the second line. They have time to go all these different places, but it takes 3 minutes to vote, to make a decision. So I'm trying to convert as many people as I can, but all these taxes we giving to Baton Rouge, we shouldn't be giving them to them. They need to fight back. All these taxes on the hotels, you cash cows of the whole state.
Yep.
And they treat us, we're the last person to get our interstate done over again. We're the last person to get new signs. And we're the cash cow for the state of Louisiana, not the city, the whole state. And they let these fools come here and just do what they want to do because they don't want to go and vote.
And Jay Morris said yesterday that our leadership is going to stay neutral. Let me say this. If you are silent while power is being taken away from our city, then you are not neutral. You are allowing it to happen. You are part of the problem.
Of course. Oh, but this is the whole thing. We got the Superdome. We got the Smoothie King. We got the convention center. We have the racetrack. What all these parishes he has nothing. He just needs some economic money up in his parishes and compete with us, which he can't because he's a buster. But so he ain't got nothing else to do, so he jumping on the old bandwagon. Let's mess over them because we got it going on, but we giving power back to them fools. I don't know why. Because people going to sleep and saying, oh, I ain't worrying about it. It don't make a difference until they come knocking on their door.
Yep. All right, Terry.
That's the way it is, unfortunately.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Right. I'm sorry, I'm smacking on air, huh? Got all that ice. That's what it is. I had one for you, but I'm not going to do it. It's time to go.
Okay, if you don't hear my voice on air for the next month, I'm going to tell you, Houston is waiting, my baby girl is waiting, my grandson is coming soon.
She's so excited.
So I will be leaving, folks, but I will be calling in from time to time because you know I'll be missing you, and you know there's going to be important things to talk about.
So will we be here tomorrow or no?
To be determined.
We're not going to be here tomorrow. I determined it for you. That's going to wrap up things for us. We want to take a moment to tell everybody Happy Easter, Happy Resurrection Day, whatever one you choose to serve or lead by. We wish you the best. Please be careful for this holiday season, and we'll see you on Monday. There you go.